Morning everybody, Joanna here again. I'm so excited. As you all know, I'm doing tutorials every other week. And this week we're going to do a sarong. It's basically a wrap skirt. It could be a straight skirt, but we're going to do it into a flare. So we're going to use the same circle skirt technique. On a shout out sewing tutorial requests, I want to Kim Simpkins, Kathleen, and all you guys. I want to shout out Betty Bain, who rules the runway, and a shout out So Curvy. Yeah, you guys rock. I got myself a serger. Didn't even get to use it as yet, but gonna get to use it soon. It's an oldie and it's very durable. It's working. I know it's working, but I haven't got to thread it properly as yet. So okay, let's start our sarong. Our sarong is very easy. It's 3 pieces of half of skirt. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna measure your waist. My waist is like 38, so I'm gonna cut a 19-inch waist all the time. 3 pieces. You could do it 4 pieces if you want, but it's just you have to cut it in quarters, right? But remember, I always have my peplum pattern. So what I did is, because I want halves, I folded my peplum in half again, so I get a quarter on this side. And I had cut 2 out before, so let's cut the last one. So it's basically just to fold your fabric over, miter the corner here, and we're gonna cut on the miter. Okay, my last piece, because it's 3 pieces, is done a little wider than the other 2, because this piece here is going to go in the back to accommodate your bum, right? And these 2 is going to go on the side, so it's going to wrap inside out. You will see how it's wrapped, and we're just going to simply cut very quickly. It's a very easy skirt to make. It's not going to stress you out one bit. Now the good thing with this skirt is you do not need it to be a stretch fabric. I choose a stretch fabric, but you do not need this to be in stretch. It's gonna look fine in non-stretch. It's gonna work out almost the same way, okay? Because it's gonna be 3 pieces wrapped. Okay, so you don't need stretchy material. I just love this material. Okay, so that's it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna go on the machine today, but what you're gonna do, put a snip by the bigger one, just in the waist, just in the middle of it here, so you know which one is your back. You know I always work with snips. And basically, I'm not going on the machine. You're just gonna see more or less when I'm adding the waistband as usual, okay? Because there's no need to show you how to stitch this morning. Okay, so this is my back. This is the other piece. This is one side. So this is gonna go here. So you can just, oh, I had to show you a technique, right? Okay, I have to show you this. So then I have to show you on the machine. And my third piece is here.
We'll fix it. Get down to it.
My third piece. So it's 3 pieces, your back and your 2 sides. Beautiful. So what we're gonna do is to make, because I don't want to do much seaming, and because it's a wrap skirt, you may want to play with it a bit. We're gonna do the reverse. Come on this way.
Brace your hug.
So you're gonna do the reverse. Okay, so usually we stitch on the wrong sides together. Today we're gonna stitch on the right side first. My videos have people laughing, you know, because you hear voices. That video. Alright, so you're gonna do it on the right sides together first. I think this is called a French seam. Okay, so take your time and you stitch it barely to the edge. I mean barely to the edge. Not even any seam allowance. Just barely to the edge. If you could see, I'm stitching barely to the edge. Now, according to the type of fabric you use, you could wear this in the night or in the day, a beach cover-up. You could make it with a see-through fabric. But basically, you need at least 3 yards of fabric according to the size of your waist, according to the length that you want it. Also, if you want a longer sarong, you could make it longer, but then you might need about 5 yards of fabric to accommodate the length, okay? 5 to 6 yards, basically. And I did some research on a sarong. A sarong was mostly worn by men as a wrap. And in some countries, both men and women wear them, but what they do, they wrap it differently. Yeah, I do research on fashion. It's very big in Asia, right? Indonesia, Philippines. I'm not sure the other country, Japan, I'm not sure how much, but those places, they wear it a lot. In some countries it's square, it's more of a square one, so there's no need to cut anything out. You just basically get 3 yards, stitch on a waistband, and then you get to wrapping. So you could do that also. You don't need to stitch like how I'm stitching. I just want a flare because I want to convert it into a dress and all that. So that's it. So, okay, so I want you to see something. Okay, so it's stitched on the bare edge. So what I want you to do is cut off any excess that is rough, because I want it bare edge. So because we're gonna double stitch this again to get it really neat. Now with your sarong, you could put 2 layers. One layer could be longer than the other, so then you'll be cutting 6 pieces, but one is longer than the other. Usually what you could do, you put the see-through one longer than the see-through one will be longer, but that one will be on the inside, and the base color one will be on the outside, which is thicker and heavier, and you could get a different effect from it. Okay, so we stitch this on the right side. So what we're gonna do to get our front seam, we're gonna fold it over now, and now we're gonna stitch it like how we usually stitch it. But what to do, pull and roll the end in, because you don't want, when you finish stitching, you're gonna see parts of it sticking out. So we can do that now. Right, this could work better with the non-stretch fabric. I mean, with stretch fabric, sometimes they could really get the best of it. So as you stitch, you kind of roll in the end, and you stitch off of that end. Okay, not too close to where the seam is, because you don't want to see it when you turn it on your right side. Okay, so basically you'll see how cute this comes out. So I mean, it's this, you can do this for your other clothing as well, it's not, if you want like the inside of a dress to look neater and you don't want to serge, you can do this. If you have a serger, it's fine, but if you don't want to serge at all, you can just make sure and cut out enough seam allowance. But because this is a stretchy fabric, I didn't need to cut seam allowance. It's gonna stretch anyway. But if you're working with non-stretch, because you know things could get small on you very, very quickly. Give yourself some seam allowance. Okay, so that's one part. So I want to show you how it comes out. Neat. Okay, so you're not gonna see anything out of it. Alright, and when I come back, we're gonna do the bag. Okay, I'm back. So what I did, I basically did my front seam, and I got my skirt together, and I cut 8 inches of fabric, double the length of the entire skirt, and I attached it by folding it in first, and then attached it to my skirt. I did a roll hem on each end, and that's basically my sarong. I'm not gonna hem this because this is a knit. This is not gonna fray, and I think it's gonna look neater. Now, if you want, you could continue with your waistband and stitch it all the way in. I didn't do that because I wanted to do different things with it. So basically, this is what you could do. This is your basic sarong. So you make your wrap. You could make a hole in the waistband to pull your waistband through. This is my sarong. So basically tie. And if you notice, you could go out with this and nothing is gonna show. Right? I'll take some pics, and when I'm editing the video, you'll get to see it. You could make it into a dress by tucking it here. And then pulling in the front. Okay, so you get your dress. And if your waistband is longer, you could put it all over, but I'll do different styles. This is just to end the video, and you'll see some pics later on. So this is Joanna saying stay happy, and don't forget to sew up.